answer to it. Ben, welcome to the Savage Nation.
Yeah, I think that liberals are good with food in a lot of ways because they're more focused upon this world and this life. You know, they don't have to look forward to eternity, and so this life's got to be pretty good. And they do some really nice things.
That is very interesting. No, this becomes a more interesting question. So because they're abject materialists, they focus obsessionally on bread? And coffee rather than on their personal. In other words, because they're such degenerates, you mean that they focus on the little things?
I think what you find is a lot of people who have no eternal hope, but they also are hardworking and they find something tangible to focus on in this life, and they find. You know, I work in the food industry, and you find a lot of people that they just absolutely, it almost fills the role of religion in their lives to produce great things, great food.
Oh, that becomes their religion, making good bread.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's very interesting. It's a fascinating topic. That's something that a sociology student can write an essay about. Someone will rip off the whole idea. What else do you want to talk about? Liberals, did you see what they did to a church in California? I'm afraid to read it to you. You'll get sick. I don't know if I can even read the story. It got me so upset, I didn't know what to do. They trashed the church. And you know and I know that this was done by some of the Occupy students, promoted by the professors. And the police really have an obligation to society to make an arrest. I would hope the FBI enters this case. This is not a local story. This is a hate crime. New York, Dominic, welcome to the Savage Nation. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, Michael, it has to do with the water and the liberalism. You find out, I think it's the mineral content or the antidepressants, one of the two that makes bread taste so good.
You think they're sprinkling antidepressants into the bread?
Well, they may just be in the water since everybody excretes them.
No, but it's true, Dominic, that the bread is better in very liberal areas. I mean, New York City has phenomenal bread, doesn't it?
Excellent. But
yeah. And you know the bread's not made by conservatives.
No, not at all.
No. I mean, it's an interesting thing. In the food industry is largely a very liberal industry, isn't it? It's almost dominated entirely by super left-wingers for some strange reason. And maybe the guy touched on it earlier. I don't want to beat the point up. But maybe when you're not thinking of the next world and you're not thinking of eternity, you do focus more on this world. But I don't know that that's 100% true, because maybe it's true in some cases. But look, let's look at the great art of the world, going back to the Middle Ages, right? Look at the Renaissance art. It was all Christian-inspired art, and it was all funded by the church. So, it doesn't hold up. I don't think it has anything to do with whether or not you're religious or think of the next world. It was an interesting theory for the moment in the graduate school of the Savage University, but I don't think it holds up.